asleep inside a dream. Every moment disconnected, nothing ever what it seems. Then I felt a shift inside me, like a spark beneath my skin. Every shadow turned to color as the light came rushing in. Was I lost or just not living? Was I blind or couldn't see? Existed across moments, not fixed to any frame. Every version of your presence, slightly different in its name. I try to isolate a memory, to hold it as complete, but illusion that's still. Feels unstable, like it's built from what has been. Every second carries echoes. There's no clean division left between memory and now, only a continuous merging. I don't know how to disallow. Maybe time is not a sequence, but a field we move within. The present, the layered coexistence of where we've been and where we've been. You were never just a moment. You were spread across the floor, a persistent interference in everything I know.
I was falling through reflections of a world I couldn't hold. Every dream was losing color, every truth was growing cold.
I was drifting through the static of a voice I couldn't hear, trying to hold on to something that was never really here.
Then I felt your distant frequency breaking through the quiet air, like a signal from another life, calling me somewhere.
Every movement felt electric, Every silence felt alive, like the universe was whispering. There was more beyond survival. Let us disappear alive. I can feel the world below us fading, like a story losing sound. Every fear begins to shatter, every wall comes crashing down. Maybe freedom isn't leaving, maybe freedom is release, maybe falling isn't failure, maybe falling is our peace.
Hello traders, hello and good morning, good afternoon, wherever you may be. Hello, and welcome to this live trading stream here on YouTube. Just gonna make sure that the sound is okay, and then yeah, we may proceed. So let me just turn things down slightly. Maybe YouTube there is a little bit loud. Maybe. Hello, and welcome to. Yep. It's good. There's nothing better than double checking if your audience can hear you. Right, so hello. I'm just gonna say a quick hello. Sorry for the slight delay. OBS crashed, as always. There's always something, isn't it? Like you change a little setting and then the whole thing breaks. Hello. King Smith there. Hello. Okay, so we've got Dirk, V34, Zach, Dragon, let me just push this down a bit so it's easier for me to read. Mooney, Pig, Puff, yeah, these names are very, very hard. MK's in the house, Crypto Grays, hello my friend, I hope you enjoyed the edition that we did this morning. It's looking good, I'm gonna share it, maybe today even, maybe we can share that. So we've got Past Indicator, Annie's, John, Slane, Gaspersky, VX, Sandra is in the house, Alex, MK, Compto Crypto, MMA Genetic, Trader Girl, Lawyer, Conrad, I guess, Compact, Mark. Alright, so a lot of people are here. Let's go. Okay. Yeah, morning update was a banger. I think it was actually, yeah, so I did a morning update earlier this morning, and yeah, I think I touched on a few nice things, and yeah, it was well received. So, yeah, nice. Yeah, it was well received by the members. I covered just, you know, like BTC and QES, but yeah, it was well received. So, if you're a champion or a contender and part of this the team, Yes, we are allowed as long as it's not copyrighted, and this is not, so we can play it. Morning update was amazing. Thank you, Trader Girl. Yeah, so a few members in here that watched it. Yeah, I think it was good actually. Yes, of course I can share the playlist. I'll put a link for it in the chat in a minute, and then you guys can just copy paste. In fact, I'll do that now. There we go. So this is one of my favorites. There we go. You can watch that. Right. So yeah, good to see you guys. Good to see everybody. Hello. Yeah. So for some of you who are not here, we've got about 200 people here today. 240. So I'm using Quantawa. So for those of you, I'm a coach at Chat Champions. Igor here, just always there. We've been there for a long time. We do have an amazing meetup coming up soon. Our gala event coming up in not too distant future. So it'll be nice again to see you guys there. And yeah, we're looking forward to that. It's a proper community, family-like community. So yeah, King Smith with the smash the likes there. Yes, absolutely, smash the likes if you're enjoying this. All right, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to dive in. So if you want, in the chat, let us know like if there's anything you want me to cover. And we can take a look at those. I'm happy to do that for the next 20 minutes while we go over a few things, because let me tell you why. We are in a situation now. We've got NVIDIA earnings later. We've got quite a bit of data today. Let me just go up to, oh yeah, okay, yeah, it's fine. Yeah, we have all of this coming in about 14 minutes, so we can watch the markets do its crazy thing for the core PCE. Yeah, quite a lot of data coming in, okay? So let's just do a few requests there, because the market, oh yeah, there you go. So the market is stuck. Yesterday, RTH session, so the regular trading session, this is NQ, and we've got the same similar situation on ES, where you can see like there's just not much happening in here. So this is all a low probability area of trading, where if you've been around the markets for some time, you know, okay, this is not the place to be, pressing buy, sell. So let's let the data today go through and then find those nice and better setups. So there's a couple of setups going on here. If you're looking at options, I'm not sure if you can see there on the left, but if you look at those values, there is some setups that we can take. I saw one early, but it was not the best, and it's best to sometimes just, even when we've got a little bit of confluence with other things, it's best to just kind of like step back and just wait a little bit. So I think our time is probably a little bit better spent while we wait for this to come through and digest for a couple of minutes. It's probably easier to go over some markets that you guys want me to do. So yeah, if you're in a chat and you're BTC, of course, yes, we have covered BTC today. I can quickly go over BTC, but yeah, so let me just take a look at the chat there. I will read everything. Yeah, hit those likes. Okay, so good afternoon. But yeah, hello everybody. So we'll be here for a couple of hours, so fear not. And yeah, let's see if we can find some setups. On the top left here, we have the liquidity map. This is going to be showing all of the market orders coming in and out. I suspect in a few minutes this is all going to be a little bit volatile here. But yeah, let's focus on some requests here. So BTC, I'll tell you what, let's look at BTC very quickly. So this is a line chart on BTC. We're looking at the 1 hour chart, and I'm just going to hide the key levels and the sessions. So this is just for you to see how this move up from obviously the lows has been like a nice break. So, and this is what I was saying this morning during the update. So we have spent, well, I'll go to the weekly and we can count the weeks. So we've spent 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 weeks going sideways, okay, and then we break. So as I was saying this morning to the team, obviously when we see this kind of scenario, we would like to then see that continuation high, which is what we're seeing here. So a long sideways consolidation, you break above, don't come to back inside the range. That means we don't have that failure, we have acceptance above. So we want to see this continue going through. However, this right here is resistance. This is the first time in this chart that we've come into a significant resistance. I shared this with the champs this morning, so I'm happy to do that here as well. So we are currently coming into this big area of interest, which is the previous 6 months, as you can see there, swing low, as well as we have here our good old, and for that probably we'll do it on this chart because it's easier. So we go to 24 hours, we're going to go to the regular trading hours chart. We're going to put our good old moving averages here, and you'll see exactly what we are hitting. We are at that 200 simple moving average, just trying to go through, but more so the key level there from that 6-month low. So this is going to be our resistance. So if I could give you a little bit of advice, I would say don't get too overexcited up here because we are at this key level. Okay, so this is regular. And if we go back to the extended, you can see exactly what it is. So if you treat this as if it was a 5-minute chart, for example, you wouldn't be taking as long as you're retesting the previous week low there, okay? As in like wick, not week. So yeah, resistance for now. And that's the kind of rejection you're getting from that level alone, okay? So we've tapped it, and now we're getting a little pullback. For today, what I would like to see is another run through it, or at least to 750. I've got an alert kind of waiting there, and then a potential rejection. In other words, trap some more buyers up here. Let's go to a 30-minute, and that can probably be a little bit better illustrated. So if we could, okay, squeeze up to there during all of that data coming in and trap a lot of longs here, it would be nice to then reject, come back below, just to give us a nice retracement and get these moving averages, which are sitting down here, especially this one down here. So we've got an alert around 75.5, 75.6, and that would be a nice place to potentially look back at BTC. But in this range here, you're just going to have to be patient and wait. Okay, you're just going to have to wait for that next best trade, which in my opinion, it's not going to be where we are right now. So if you're trading BTC, be patient, be calm, collected, wait for another trap above, and then a move back below. And then here, this is what I was saying this morning as well. If and when we get that nice drop, let's say we do reel some longs up here, reject, come back below, and then go to here. Don't just be like, okay, I need to buy this because Igor says so, or because you want to buy this. Wait for structure, wait for price to go through potentially, and then the next candle to go through that. So this is, let's say this is the arrival bar. We want to see another bar through to make that nice swing low, but we want to see that previous high broken there, and then the third candle, then you can start buying this thing because you've got your stop there. Okay, that could be one way of doing this. However, if price is coming down to that level, and instead of having a move back inside, you just get the continuation lower with one-time framing, meaning like this candle is not taking that previous candle high, then just stay out, just wait for price to go whatever it wants to go. So you can see there's a little volume node there at 73. We could go all the way there, which is the midpoint of this whole section, so the breakout, and then we're going to have a lot of support from the moving averages on the higher time frame. Okay, so yeah, that's the plan on BTC. Pretty simple, pretty straightforward, nothing too fancy here. It's literally going with a balanced break. So we've spent 7 weeks going sideways, we broke, we want to see that continuation high. However, we don't want to be the ones buying the very top. We want to see a little retracement down, back into value, and then continuation or the expansion. Okay, so that's that on BTC. All right, and then I'll just bring back the chart how it was. There we go. Let's just put this back, and then we can keep an eye. And I'm going to put this on a line chart because, you know, I'm interested in the closes. We're going to put the key levels back because I'm interested up here, this previous quarterly high, and the simple moving average. So if I could give you 2 levels on BTC, you're looking at them right here, right now. So one is going to be 75.5, and the other one is going to be 83. Those are the 2 key areas. With this 80,750, a very, very key level that I would like to see that traded through during the regular trading session. Okay. I don't look at as EMAs. I always look at the simple moving averages. Okay. we've got a few minutes there for the data to come in, so expecting a bit of volatility to come out. You can see we're just completely stuck here, like completely stuck. All right, so let's take a look at other requests there from you guys. That's it, news in 15 minutes. Crypto case 4K is sharp. Yes, it's good. Just looking at the comments, so bear with me, and do hit the likes. Pound stronger than Laura, so QT lifetime now just over 1K. Gonna have to do it. Oh, I see. Yes, yeah. QT is a good platform, so this is my preferred platform. I know a lot of people have issues with Atis. Yeah, I just simply like this software is very nice. Just works, and I think that's a good thing. Okay. Just looking at the chat. Hi coach, how to MNQ is looking for you. Oh, NQ. We can take a look at NQ first. I mean, you can see it right here on this chart. It's just completely stuck. I mean, I think for me to trade NQ today, we're gonna have to either do some sort of fake out, take the range lows, because I like this low here is actually a very good low. This is what I was talking about this morning. This is a very good low that one should kind of like, I mean, this is what I was saying. Gun to head, I'd like to see this push higher and this to be the low. But I just feel like it may still come back down here and then we get the move. So yeah, all eyes on this range between, well, you can see value area high of yesterday and value area low. Price is just going to be stuck in here. This is value, and fair value is sitting in at 29,225. So there's scalps to be had, sure, but we kind of need to be patient here and wait for a better setup. So when we see it, we'll take it and I'll share it with you guys. So yeah, just be patient. Obviously, if you see a trade, your playbooks, do go ahead and trade those. Okay, let me go back to the chat. Yeah, the software is Quant Tower. Yeah, and I always like to keep an eye on the market profile. So this is the market profile here on the left for ES. So always keep an eye, and then on the other screens I've got NQ as well. Okay, so this is the market profile. It's TPO basically. Okay, so we can see that yesterday we actually had a really nice C session that came all the way down back to value, so the previous day value area low, like you could call it to the tick, not quite, but 4 ticks away from it. And then we came straight back and we built value higher. So yesterday we actually built value higher. It's not a P shape, but it does kind of look like a P shape. However, we have such a long A session extension. Okay, a spike out there, another spike down here, and then obviously the whole day we rotated between 90 and 80, so that $10 range here yesterday, and we closed right at the highs there. So today is going to be very interesting to see where to accept price, because the settlement is around here. There you go, so 92. So yeah, let's be patient going into the open later. I'll be here. We'll trade the open together. So yeah, just waiting. So each left letter here represents a 30-minute auction, and we'll sure be keeping a very close eye on this later. But yeah, for now, ES and NQ just completely stuck. You can see ES is the same thing, trying to find value higher around above the settlement here, but this is going to be a magnet. Okay, but like I said, gun to head, I'd like to see this expand. Based on where we hold it, and not surprising, I'm not surprised to see this wick, this, all of this here. I'm not surprised to see that, and it's not value area low. It's just a really nice level there that the champions know. So yeah, let's see if we can hold it. Even if we look below again, that's still going to be support. What would be really good would be to have a wick through there and then close back above it, so another wick, and then that's when we know, okay, well, there's certainly nice participation going on in here. Okay. Can you just be profitable trading BTC? Of course you can, but I would absolutely urge anyone to obviously try the futures. And the reason for that is, especially if you're learning, you want to kind of like put that exposure in. And with BTC, you know that sometimes you're not going to have as many opportunities. And on the futures per day, you will have quite a few opportunities, like a lot of trades, repetition. You need that as a starter to get your statistics in. So absolutely, I would recommend you futures, stocks, just think that moves. And there you go. I can see the liquidity kind of starting to disappear here. We can keep an eye on. We've got 15 seconds left there. Just keep it here on the pre-market. And that's the kind of alert for the data going on there. Nothing too much happening. Okay, there you go. So a little move down now. Just moving here. There you go. Durable goods, actual 1.1. There you go. It's all coming in now. So we are getting a little pullback back inside the range. Can you see how that value area high there, or the 260s where we've been stuck, is just acting as resistance still? So yeah, we're just still stuck in here. We're getting another move back down to the same level. So that same level is sitting in at, let's go areas of interest. Yeah, 202. We literally just came back down into it. Let's see if we actually touch it again. Just looking here to see if we have an opportunity. Yeah, because this is what I was talking about, seeing that nice move back down. Imagine if there was a trader up here like getting a bit excited earlier, saying, okay, this is going to go now. But you know, we're getting that scenario, which is that nice move back inside through the level. So that level is 202. In other words, 200. So let's see now. Do we go back below here? There you go, coming back below. So I'm just paying attention here. I want to see what happens. Same scenario that I was explaining on BTC. If it's dropping through the level, let it drop through the level. You want to see the wick through and then potentially back above it. Yeah, here's the stock list. So Meta up this morning, Apple a little pullback down, Microsoft a little pullback as well, Nvidia obviously earnings later, be interesting to see. Okay, we're still coming down here in the markets. Which futures? I would say NQ and ES. NQ, ES always with a lot of like opportunities throughout the day. So many kind of like scalps that you can just you know, even them or trade to get experience, to get exposure to it, to get a feel for the market. But I would stick to those two. I'd stick to ES and NQ. Okay. I'm just keeping an eye on all of these. This is the Max 7, and obviously down here on the right hand side we have, this is the QQQ, okay, and you can see that this is what I kind of like. I like this structure, okay, so this is like a deviation below, and then you've got these 2 days above. So for me, like the deeper we go here, like obviously not good, but it's nice to come and take this and then close back above it, because if so, then we could be potentially looking for a move up to, I would say, 715s all the way up there, or through 16s. Okay, so in other words, this looks good for a potential long prematurely, but you know, this yesterday's session, okay, so Tuesday, we looked above previous day high. Okay, so this is like changing the downtrend, so lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, which is important, this one here at 16, and then another lower low with a massive deviation, quite increased volume, and then we basically gap up. We've not technically filled the actual settle gap, well, not settle but last gap, that would be all the way down at, actually we can mark it here, so the close is actually up here, so that would have been the gap there. So there's still a portion of this that it's open, but trading back below there is a little bit more bearish, and this is just a sweep and then we continue lower. So this is the key area now to watch. If we can hold, close back above it, the odds for this to go back up are very good. And sometimes you don't have to buy the low, you can just buy a little bit later. And this is what I say to my students, often it's best to be a little bit late than too early. And I feel like right now here, for example, you'd be a little bit too early because we don't have a stop. The stop could be here, but you could be stopped out. So I might as well just wait to see this. Will it stop here? We don't know, no one knows. Will it continue lower? Okay, fine, let's just let it go. If it then reclaims and gives us a swing low, then we can go long later. Price doesn't matter. Okay. So let's just keep waiting here. Actually, this is a good chart to keep open for now because we're still coming in. Can you see? We're getting that nice move through those lows that I was talking about. So yeah, I'm interested to see this here. The AK1066, it depends on the person, it depends on what you put in. With trading is how much you put in. So for example, going back to what we were just talking about, like if you're just focusing on crypto and BTC specifically, you're gonna have, let's say 5 good setups a week. If you're trading NQ, you're gonna have 25 good setups a week. For example, like this is looking at lower time frames. So a trader that has experienced 25 trades different and is building a playbook, is going to have a faster path to understand the markets if he's doing more repetition, and that's with anything in life, isn't it? Still coming down. Got a little bit of an order here at 150. Can zoom in here too, you can see. And basically sometimes when we're looking for these levels, you can just see the consistency coming down. There you go, the order is filled. There you go, so that was a 76 lots down there. But yeah, in terms of that question there for you, it depends. It depends on the person, it depends how much you put in. Just saw a comment there. The data seems positive. Maybe the market's makers pushing it down before the move up. Yeah, and we've got market open in a few minutes, so let's so this chart here, this is going to be the 1 minute chart later, but here you can see all of the levels that we like to keep an eye on. And yeah, we're just coming down to yesterday's regular trading session low, which you can see here by this gray area, well, darker area. The overnight low is actually much lower. I've got an alert down there as well. And this is just a consolidation now. Like we've got quite a lot of chop here. We didn't look above, so that's something to carry forward. We didn't look above this range. We're looking below. Okay, so if you kind of look at a balance, in other words a range, we can assume, or we can clearly see, we've got a range low here and a range high around these wicks up here. So it's fair to say that if we can get this market, or if this market fails to accept below here, in other words, let's say it does this, and instead of rejecting here going lower, instead we actually go inside, then we can assume that this market is trying to reach to the opposite end of balance. Okay, so we can trade that trade later if we see it. For now, this is the arrival candle. This is the one that's taken the swing low, and this is a 5 minutes. So if we just focus on candle structure and live data, we only have the balance break, but we don't have anything else now. Increase in volume, that's good. Yeah, I wanted to have a look at some other markets, but I think it's great to keep an eye on here, just based on where we are. So yeah, let's keep the engagement on, and we can all chat. ES is much more efficient. Took the previous day value. I really hope, yeah, it can finally take. Yes, I agree. ES, I love ES. ES is one of those. I call it the beast that we can tame, where NQ is a proper beast. Because when we've got, especially events like this, data and stuff, the spread can get a little bit wider, and you get those erratic moves, which can obviously hurt sometimes. And yeah, you can see, I've already shared a link for the playlist above. You can see how the market has come down, but the tempo has completely been sucked out of this market now. You can see it's very slow, so it's not ready. So let's say that this was going to be an important low. You'd want to see this candle now, this 5 minute bar here on the right. You would want to see this really start to activate, and it's very slow. So we can just wait, be patient. Okay, let me just take. Igor doesn't like alts. I like alts, but it has to be the right ones. Okay, they have to be the right altcoins. But we can take a look at some very quickly. Shall we do that? Just don't want to miss the move here if we do accept back inside. But yeah, let's look at some alts. Shall we look at some alts? Lee Summers is in the house.
If the distance starts to fracture, if the sky begins to glow, let the moment guide the heartbeat.
Yeah, let's take a quick look at some alts, and we'll keep an eye. So I'll keep this here, so we can look at some alts, but also keep an eye on the market there, because this should tell us if we're going higher or lower. Okay, and obviously we have the chat going on there. Okay. Okay, let's go crypto. And let's start with, well, BTC. Okay, with a little move back inside, so that's nice. We want to see that. We want to see, hopefully, today we can get a move back up, back down, and then go later. Ethereum, I mean, you all know my opinion. Well, not all, but, you know, we spent so long on this fair value range, 1800, since back in, what's this? Back in 21, I said. So, Ethereum has not really done much compared to BTC. You know, if you've been trading this for a long time, Ethereum is still not broken any significant highs, whereby BTC has. I mean, you can see this. So BTC has got this massive kind of like retest now that, you know, if it holds, it's great. But Ethereum, we don't have that. All we have is a massive, this is an anchored VWAP from God knows when, look. So this anchored VWAP from the beginning of inception, you know, is where Ethereum is holding. So that's kind of like the fair value. And that's where it would be nice to see this obviously finally hold. But we've had this before. We've had this before where obviously we had it in 22, late 22, then we had it in 25, now we have it in 26. It's like, how many times is it that this anchored VWAP from all-time lows, how many times is it going to act as support? So for now it's still good because it's still above it, But yeah, every time we hold the support, we obviously go back down to it. So yeah, finally, maybe this is it. Maybe this is it. Maybe we'll finally see something here. LTC absolute dead down here, yeah, it's just these lows down here. It looks like if I was trading this and if this was a 5-minute chart, obviously it's a weekly chart, I'd like to see this take 22. XRP looking nice. XRP was nice down here. We had a nice confluence down here as well, and we've taken the low. So this is what I call a nice finish auction down into the $1 mark as well. So we have quite a few things going on here, which is good. So yeah, let's see if it continues. But look at what just happened. So a lot of people get excited up here, they buy, and this is the exit strategy for many, and then price comes back in. One thing that you could do is you could go to the low of this move, bring it to the high and find the midpoint or the half back, and that's sitting in at 135. Okay, so set your alert at 135, sorry, 134. You can set alert there and then see, okay, do we hold that as support? Great, because you then have two things here. You have the SR flip here that should hold us, and then maybe we can, and this becomes the trade here, this section, so from A to B. Okay, so that's XRP. I always like to keep this very clean, so I'll just delete everything. Oops. Okay, so let's go, we'll go through this list. This is a list, okay, so this is a list that I have that I deem as good projects. Okay, hype is hype, hype will go higher. Hype is one of those that if you're invested in it, that's great. So there's on one way here and that way he's up. We've just had this nice bump and run, which is, you know, you've got this descending like structure, and this is a weekly chart, by the way, and we break and we're not looking back, and then it's just expansion to the upside. So while it's doing that, just look back to the previous week, look at the EQ, while above you're a buyer, and you can see here you've got really good support coming down through $72 is very, very good support. Okay, moving on to Solana, also another one that gave us a nice little setup down here. You have these, like, you know, comes down once, comes down twice, fails to obviously then come down further, spends a lot of weeks going sideways and breaks again. So we want to see this do the same thing, hold above 85, and yeah, we can then see this auction going higher. AVX absolutely dead, but look, AVX is already doing what we typically like to see, at least to revert back to the mean. And look at this, so if you go from low of that weekly all the way to the high, look how perfect this is, right? So if you're looking at this from just a big higher time frame point of view, look, we are literally hitting that 50%. Okay, actually let me put this on a 1 hour. There you go. So you can see we go all the way to the high, we come down once, twice, three. We're basically flirting with that level. And a lot of people probably like looking at this here and says, why are we bouncing from here? Why we bounce once, twice, three, 4 times, no closes? If you put this on, you know, there's no closes below. And yeah, the simple answer is, we obviously have, you know, the week that break. You know, this is a weekly bar. This weekly bar is the weekly bar that broke out of this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, you know, a long time basically. So that becomes important. Coming back down to the 50% is important. You could select the close here at the high, which is around 690, which happens to be just below the 618. So I would say this is at support. Okay. Mantle, good one. I like this one. This was probably one of the best ones that I took. I bought this thing last year. Well, not last year. In 20. Well, yeah, it was last year. 25. We bought this thing on a Saturday, and we rode 300%. And you kind of have the same thing happening here again. So yeah, let's see. I like the volume coming in here. The volume is good. But yeah, back to the weekly. Let's keep an eye on this. We have a double bottom here on NQ. Yeah, we have a little double bottom here. So for now, I'll keep an eye on it. Let's go back to this. All right, Celestia. This is a good one that I like. It looks nice, but it's not amazing. We have taken this low. We spent so long going sideways. Volume is consistent, and it's now retesting that 50% once more. So this is looking, you can see there, this is looking good for a follow through. Okay, so that's Tia. Egan, I really like this one as well, long term. This is a long term play that I like. So let's see if we can do the exact same thing here, which is hold as 50%. Today is Wednesday though. Would it be nice if we held this? There you go, so it's doing the same thing. You can see like it's really not that difficult. Some of these things can be very, very simple. Yeah, we have the break. We want to see the retest back down to that 50%. We're getting that 50% retracement. So now we want to see if we can obviously extend this forward. And obviously break the high at least. So that's that one. Arbitron, same thing here. So each way and everywhere we look, we have everything doing the exact same thing. So you can see that, you don't really have to do much TA here. Obviously you still have to look, but this one is kind of coming too deep into this previous week candle. So if you just zoom in, you can see that we've come a little bit too deep in there to the 0.25, I guess. Yeah, there you go. So this is the max support that you want to see this come down to. And now you want to see this get that rotation higher. So you can, when you see this on a weekly, you literally at the buy zone. Okay, so this is and you can see the point of control is actually, oh no, okay, so we do have one here, one lower at 53, but I would say this now becomes that buy zone where your invalidation here is, because if you take this trade here, obviously not financial advice, everything we cover here is for educational purposes only, but if you take a trade here, you're looking for the range high. Okay, so that's, what's that, 26%. So the low, what I don't like, the only thing I don't like is we have this poor or weak low here, which looks like this. I would have preferred, had this low here been taken one more and closed above, that would have been really good. But because it's like this, okay, let me just delete this. Yeah, but because it's like that, this way around, I don't like it as much. So let's see if we can say this is a 30 minutes. Let's go 4 hour. Yeah, I look, I would set an alert below this low. So this is a very good zone here actually on this Aptus. I would say set an alert below if price does, for those of you that like this one, goes below and then comes back above it. This is your stop, and then you ride this puppy all the way up to the highs. Okay, because it's looking good. I mean, look at this. I think the champions, if there's a champion here looking, they'll be like, oh yeah, look at the smiley face there. So you've got 1, 2, deviation, perfect. Finish business, break structure, great, retest, go. So yeah, this looks nice actually. I like it. I like that one actually. Yeah, that's looking good. It just needs to hold now. It just needs to hold. Which is looking a little bit on the daily. Yeah, it looks like it wants to take that low. So arrival, take the low, and needs to then close back inside it. Okay. Yeah, all eyes on this actually. This could be a nice play. Let's continue. Let's just do these top layers. So Adam, let's go weekly. It's best to go when it comes to altcoins. So yeah, this one is looking good. Look at this. So if this was a 5-minute chart, okay, so you've got a nice low. You don't have a bar, another weekly that breaks the previous week high. Look at that. So just one-on-one. This is price action one-on-one, right? So pay attention. So you've got a nice low, boom, done. Nice rejection below. So you can see the close comes higher. You then open, goes back inside, again rejected, and then you break that previous week in relation to this one high. So that's a bullish structure shift. You then open, come down just slightly to the previous week close there, and then you just run again, and you pretty much break 1, 2, 3. It's like an engulfing, and then obviously you reject, come all the way back down, but you don't fail that high. That swing low, so this here is a swing low. Look, you come back down to retest it. So this is bullish. And now what we have here is while we're above this low, so this is your invalidation 2 back right there. So that's 137.8. And then now you can just start counting from here all the way to the high, and look at that, 75 into this golden pocket. Not 75, 50%. That 50% becomes your barometer here. So you want to see price stay above that. So if you go down to a 4-hour, you want to see price reclaim that, and that's exactly, look at that, that's exactly what it's doing. Let me just extend that 50 a little bit more there, and we're still coming down here. Look at that, it's doing exactly that. And look at the wicks. So you've got one here, one there, one here, like all of these trying to close back above this consolidation. So yeah, this looks nice as well. Okay, so just clean the chart and let's see if this can start pushing through. Yeah, we are really coming down here still on the futures. Uniswap, this one is nice as well. I like Uniswap, AVIT, but I think I'll do some requests now. This. Wicks, no, it has to be the close, especially when it comes to crypto. Yeah, let's do Doge. Let's go crypto. Let's go Coinbase. That's the only one I trust. There we go. I think we're gonna have to go to a 12-month on this. It doesn't look very pretty down there. Neither here. Neither. Yeah, this doesn't look nice. I don't like Dodge because of this. I don't like it. I tell you what, I don't like it down here, but locally it looks okay. And I would use the same TA I've just done. I would look for the 50% of this bar. I wouldn't buy it above, I wouldn't buy it below. I would just wait for it to, actually, I mean, my eyeball here didn't work perfectly, but you know, that is it. I mean, look at that. Let me just extend this to a daily. But I still feel it's going to go through. But you can see how well and respected this thing works, and it's just a simple tool, right? I mean, look at that to the T. Let's go to a 4-hour. Look, you come down to it exactly, right? Talk about placement of a Fibonacci kind of tool split by 0.25. I mean, look at that. It's exactly coming down to it. I would like to see the low taken once more and then potentially back above it. Okay. Especially with this here, this distribution coming back below. There's a little bit more room here to the downside. I do look at options, yes. I'm looking at them all the time. Right there on the left, as you can see, I look at options for ES and NQ and trade actionable plans with it. In fact, I have a lesson for the Championes on this exact same thing, and it's finished. Just need to record it, which will take a good hour. Okay. In your opinion, how much margin do you need to trade NQ or in micro? Yeah, oh, the micros one. I would say you don't want to be watching PNL, so you want to at least be a little bit comfortable. But for the micros, I think you need minimum $100, something like that, $500. I know it's not a lot. So if you just times that by at least 10 or 5, then you're comfortable to just start getting your feet wet, getting yourself in the game. But I wouldn't do too little, because then you're going to be P&L watching and then you take 2 losses or 3 losses and that's it. So you don't want to be in that situation. You want to kind of like focus on the setup rather than the P&L side. P&L comes later. Oh yeah, we can take a quick look at gold. Right, crypto is kind of, let's take a look at gold. Let's go 6 months. Yeah, I mean, we're getting a nice wick there, so this is a nice rejection there. Let's go for the quarter. I think we need to do a couple of things here. We need to do last year's, support, and I'd probably go the year before. 3,500 support. Let's go now to a 6 month. You can see, yeah, this could still come back below. Gold is having an inside bar on the quarter. We're inside this quarter. Basically just front run that big anchor VWAP, which sits just below the 4K level. Weekly looks okay, to be fair. We could be digesting all of this as well, and that can take some time. So I think the best course of action here is to go to a monthly.
Still pull it.
Yeah, and you're gonna have a massive range here. So this is gonna be a big range. And look, we're back at resistance. So I would say this is still not over yet. We could go to the 5,000 and come all the way back down to 4.3. This could take a while. I mean, it's not the first time we've seen these runs, okay? Look at this. It's not the first time we've seen a massive run and then it takes a while to digest, goes all the way back to where? Well, I mean, allow me to show you. As close as possible to that 7.5. You got the 50 and then it rejects and comes back down to support. We could put the good old ribbon in here to see, and I should have kept this in here because now I need to change this. Delete. Give me a quick second, let me just do this. Wow, you know what, this is gonna, yeah, so basically gold should stay up here for a while. We are too far away from any mean, okay? Yeah, I mean, look, it came close to the 20, but not close enough, because by the time this came down, this was probably still down at 3.7. So yeah, we're gonna be here for a while. This is not gonna go straight away. This is a weekly chart, sorry, monthly. Let's see the weekly. Okay, back above the 50, we could still go to 3.7. And daily, let's have a look at the confluence there. It's still changing, but let's have a look at the last time. Oh, it took a long time, really took a long time. At least 4,300 if we do reject here from that 50%. And then back up to 5. Yeah, I wouldn't buy where it is here. I would wait for this pullback. Like this, and then you can take it up to 5k. So from 4.3 to 5. 4.3 gold. ADA. God, we haven't looked at ADA in a long time. Oof, okay, this is interesting. But it's, yeah, this is not over yet. I think this just looks like it wants to go back down again. It's very bearish. I mean, look, you're below everything here. Basically, the higher time frames here don't look good. The lower time frames look okay for a bounce. But higher time frames are still pointing lower, unfortunately. Yeah, and look at this, the daily. This is the daily, the most important chart. You are rejecting from that 200 simple moving average. So yeah, again, just like gold, right? So similar to gold, you want to see this back down to 18 cents. Okay, and you hope that this holds to get another rotation back up to 30 cents. In other words, 15 to 30. Yeah, you'd want to see this obviously now continuation lower, and then obviously try and get to 15, from 15 to 30. That would be nice. That would be a good setup. But still, when you zoom out on the higher time frame, it still looks a little bit bearish. But very controlled selling. Look at that. All the selling here on the daily, it's been very controlled selling, very controlled selling. So very, you know, someone just like consistently here just selling. But you know, it's not erratic. It's not like this, a massive drop. It's been very very, very tight. Okay, so here we might have the same situation where it's just going to be very tight all the way down to that 18 by the time it gets there. The AK106, what is this? I don't understand what's this. Is that a coin? This? Nvidia's up here. We've got earnings today, so everything can be thrown out of the water, but yeah, I've already covered this. You can see I've got a nice box down there at 200 and then a box back up at 237, and then the major one is between 80 and I would say 78. Okay, so you're looking at those two big boxes there. All right, you want to look at ENA. Okay, fair, fine. But yeah, so these are the support levels I've got here. Currently, we are lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, potential another lower low today into 200. Let's see. And then this could be the place where, okay, do we hold? Great, go back below, above 200. Okay, we could potentially have a long trade back up to 237. If it fails, I'm looking for 180. Okay. Okay, let's look at ENA. And we've got about 25 minutes for market open. I do have ENA, but I'm going to just add it to here. Oof. Someone is playing with this. Nice wick. 12 month looks good. 6 months coming into resistance. 3 month resistance. Monthly resistance. Weekly needs lower. Same as, yeah, we want to see a pullback back down to 13 cents. Daily, yeah, you want to see this drop a little bit more. Yeah, we want to see this drop. You don't want to be the one buying up here. So always think, right, someone bought this accumulation range down here, okay, and it's quite a long accumulation. Okay, so you don't want to be the one that buys up here when they're taking profits on a move that it's lasted them 100%. So they, let's say they bought $1 million, now they've got 2. So you don't want to be the ones buying their sells. So let it come all the way down at least to the midpoint of that and hold. That's the key thing, hold. Okay, with more volume coming in. Okay, the same players that have been holding onto this down here and buying, they might just start averaging back in as soon as it comes back to the midpoint around here. Okay, 13 to 12 and then get another leg up. Okay, and let me know in the chat. Let me know in the chat if you're enjoying this so far, okay? Because yeah, we're going slow and steady here, just pre-market. I did see a ZEC. I have ZECs here, so we can look at that. Always like to go straight to the 12 month. This has been on a tear, so you've got no business here. Same pieces, you're not buying into others' sales. But it still looks good. So this is an unfinished auction to the upside. So it looks like it wants more upside because you've got the arrival candle and then this next one. So this is a weekly. You want to do the same thing. You want to look for the highest close, which is here. If you can't see it, put a line chart there. There you go. That's where the line chart is. And you want to see the current break out of this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 week range. You want to see that break come down to that 670, which is the midpoint of this weekly. Okay, and honestly these things do happen, you know, like you are trading here, something happens, massive wick, it's support, and then it gets bought and it goes back up. So I would say on ZEC it's coming in around 660, yeah, between 80. I know it's a big range, it's that little box there, so that is what's coming into, because you've got the you've got a really nice SR flip here, so you've broken above it, you want to hold it support. Goes without saying, failed to hold that 73.70 as support, you're going to go down to the 7.5. If that doesn't hold, I think it will because of all of this, and you're still on this massive uptrend, so I think it will, to be honest, not unless something really bad happens. So yeah, that's looking good as well there. And also, just out of interest, where is the anchored view app? Let's go with a few now. That's not good. Let's go with one from, let's go one from here. That's not good either. I'm just looking for something that it's, let's go with a monthly one. And let me just go back. There you go. here, no, 770, there you go. So if we go down to the weekly, yeah, I mean, look at that. Yeah, it's coming in exactly at it. So I would say until this comes down to that 50, don't touch it. But it's bullish, okay? It is bullish because it's not like this. It's like this. So this is not finished. This one's higher. So the next candle we want to get, like here, look at it. Let me give you an example so you know exactly what I mean. So focus on this bar here. So you've got this break and then this bar is below. And it's like, this is the highest bar. The arrival candle here is the high. So you want the next bar to go above it and take that high and make a swing high and then close below, which is actually what it does here and then there. And then now you have a proper swing high and you can come lower. And here you don't have a swing high yet, okay, at all. So you want to see this come in, be brought back up, and then continuation into 1000. I can already see it actually. I can already see this pattern. We will be trading 1000 in not so far distant future. So this is the weekly chart. 1, 2, 3, 4. Within the next 4 to 5 weeks. Okay. Let me just take a look at the chat because I have not looked. Oh right, nice. Well, smash the likes then. Awesome, perfect. Yeah, Egan, because yeah, yeah. Wait, not financial advice. Yeah, this is just for educational purposes only. Gold dust. There you go. Very nice. 16. Okay, what's your opinion on stock market crash? Well, it can, but for now it's not. So, you know, until it is, for now it's all good. I mean, like if we just look at ES, I think the best thing to do here is look at ES or Cube or, you know, SPY. And this market is not crashing. Okay, this market is not crashing. And let me give you a statistic. Okay, let me give you a statistic. So 100%, okay, this is a very good statistic. So 100% of the market crashes that we've seen in our lifetime have been what? Recovered. 100%. So yeah, every single one. So the statistic says thus far that if, yeah, 100%, we are still trading above. I mean, this is a weekly chart and you have 20, 50, 100 and 200. So all of these moving averages are still pointing up. If you hide price, let's get rid of price, this is still going higher. So, you know, if we were doing this, like so, if we were doing this, the moving averages, then yeah, you're on a bear market potentially, but we're not. This is moving up. So every time we get a pullback, it's to be bought until we change this. And for now, we don't see that. Okay, if you go to a daily chart, you're going to start seeing these pullbacks, but typically they are to be bought. Yeah, it's the stock market. The stock market is just going higher and higher and higher. And look at this here. Even if you look at this, you've got a lot of support we're coming into. But can you see how respectful these moving averages are? The simple ones, okay, simple. So 20, 50, 100 and 200. So we are now just retesting all of the supply that took us a long time to break. So you've got, go back to May, make a high, again in June, July, finally in end of July you break through with 3 gaps, okay, and now you're retesting. So it's just kind of like price action one-on-one now. So you've got the high, you've got the break, another high, the retest, potentially even could do this, and we're still at support because you got the 50 still here. So a crash would be this coming down and breaking 629. But it's still, I mean, if we just put an anchored view up here, you can see we held. So okay, this is that April. Maybe something random going on April. Maybe we're buying the stock market too many times, and then let's just do the same thing again, and there you go. So, you know, even if we chew up here for a while, make another high, this anchored view up will go higher, and that will be once again more support. So Yeah, market crash, I don't see it, not yet. So far so good. And smash the likes. We only have a few likes here, so that's not good. Come on. Actually, let me just take it. Yeah, more likes, please. And we've got about 15 minutes for market open, and then we can find. Just looking at the chat. Yes, that's very true, Bramless. That's very true. But 2000 was a long time ago. It was like 26 years ago. Maybe we need another 3 years. Make at least around 30 years cycle high. QQQ, fill RTH gap. Let's have a look. 24. Well, technically, which one are you talking about? The one above? The one below? Yeah, to be honest, it's still open. Yes, we have still on NQ we actually filled that. Did we fill it? I'm sure we did. Yeah, I'm sure we did fill this on NQ. Let me just change. There you go. I'm sure we did fill this to the tick. Yep, of course, I traded it. There you go. Look, we did fill the gap. So this is the RTH gap here on NQ, and we did fill it. So NQ filled to the tick, and let me just go down to a 15, and you can see how beautiful that was. Can you see that? I spoke about this on a stream. You can see that. That's nice there. So just one level. I mean, look at that. How beautiful is this? Like, a lot of people put too many lines on their chart. That's why I always do. You probably see me 3 or 4 times. This is my favorite icon here on TradingView. It's this basket here, the bin. Because I'm always deleting stuff, because it's nice to just look at this as, you know, new price action develops. And there you go. So this is the regular trading sessions gap fill. So this is a gap fill, RTH true gap. But yeah, you're correct. It's not filled on the futures. Sorry, on this index there, on the QQQ. And yeah, we filled on NQ. Yeah, it's 7 on 158. Yeah, we could, but the thing is, this looks nice though. This structure here looks nice, even though it's all red. So every single open here. So open, close below, open, close below. I hope you can see that. Open, close below, 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 open, close below. So every single trading session for the past 2 weeks here has been bearish. Every single one. We're yet to see one that closes above the open. Will it be today? We're yet to see. So yeah, there's a probability for now. There's still a probability that we can go down there, fill that gap, and then that could be the swing failure. Okay, so that could be the look below and fail of that low. So I think it's very fair that we actually mark that level as a one last view below. So it's going to be 158, right? We're going to make it right at 58. So the moment we get to 58, that will then alert us that this is now filled, and potentially wherever we're trading on NQ and ES, it could be a swing failure of that low. So if we go to 30 minutes, imagine we get this. Let me just put this on electronic. There you go. Imagine we go and do this. We reject now because look, it's still below that same level. So this candle is still not closed, but we're retesting that. Will we get accepted above? But we have that poor low, so it's likely to get another auction lower. So in other words, this is now looking less probable, and what's looking more probable is like for this retest to fail and then take this low again, which could bring, I mean look, that's what I had already there anyway, so you can see which could bring this lower level, and then we could fill that gap. So this could be an SFP of the low, reclaim, and then we could say, okay, well now it's finished business on the QQQ, which could then bring NQ and the futures back up. So that's something I'm going to be looking at. So that's a good observation. I like that. Okay. Yeah, that's very good actually. I like it. I like it a lot. Especially, all right, when we get down there, if, obviously, that is, if we get down there, we get a massive amount of orders coming through on a tape here. Okay, you can see the tape here on the left as well. We've got ES at the very top, the middle point here. I don't know if you can see around height on the right. This is large ES orders, so we currently don't have any large orders, anything above 300. And then below it's NQ. So I'm always keeping an eye here. So if we see ES or NQ going through those levels and we got massive amount of orders down there, price not dropping and then reclaiming, then you can say with a high degree of probabilities, okay, we have now filled the QQQ gap. Okay, finished business, which it's not at the moment because it's still open down here. Reclaim, great, look for higher. Accept, then look for lower, and then we could just look a couple of things here just to see. I think we're already well, actually still at the anchored view up. I know this because I've been checking this every single day. So we are kind of like flirting with that major support. You can see here, you know, again the respect of this thing, and let's just bring back in the overnight session. There you go. So you can see how, you know, from the low you come into it and you're just flirting around that big higher time frame support. So yeah, coming back down here, it's not out of the realms of possibilities. But then yeah, there's a lot of work to do, because if you don't hold that node there, you're going to go all the way down to I would say 690. Let's just expand that VRVP. Let's just make it a little bit wider. Let's go 20. There we go. And then we can just select this range. Yeah, there you go. So 700. Yeah, it could be a very good retest of 700. And to be fair, like this is still, even though I like the low here, as in like I would like this to be a nice low, it's still making lower lows and lower highs. So it's still like, it's still doing the classic, you know, like building value lower each and every single day. So low, 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 low. It attempted yesterday. So this is like, okay, interesting. Needs to hold. That's why this bar here needs a lot of attention now. Reclaim, go, lose. That's the target. So we are, you can see the setup. So the setup is here. It's either going to be that or higher. Okay. And now I don't have to delete everything, do I? Yes, I do. There you go. Oh no, I want to keep that alert. So let's just delete this. There you go. Okay, let's look at BTC. Someone is saying BTC in support. No, a little bit lower. Anyway, we've got about 9 minutes there for the open. I feel we take the low again, 130s. Yeah, this is just a little bit suspicious here. Yeah, smash the likes, please. QQQ chart is on TradingView. Yes. Long time, yes. Did I get that right? On the 1 minute and 50 minute, you look for wicks, and the 5 minute closes. Yes, halfbacks. Yes, absolutely. 30 minutes. Yes, picks the fin. That's very, very true. Yes, yeah. You've tapped into something there. It was a gold nugget from this morning, wasn't it? Yeah, good, good, good. I'm glad you were paying attention. Amazing. I love the true RTH gap field and it's strong. Yes, absolutely. Yeah. It's just simple, yeah, isn't it? It's just, you know, you can make it really, really simple. I mean, I love this thing here. And by the way, this is public. I've made this. So this indicator here is called the daily high and low by myself. This is on TradingView. So I don't know how to share it here, but yeah, just go and look for it. It's on TradingView. And this is honestly like a very, very good tool, because all it's doing here is just showing and drawing your eye to daily structure, and you can clearly see that the structure here is down. So if you just have a few arrows here pointing to price action, this is lower, this is lower. So each and every single day that we've come into this market, we've broken the previous day low, therefore we're bearish. Okay, but yesterday was slightly different. Yesterday the QQQ broke the high, okay, and then we came back inside the range. So it's like, okay, we are, it wants to shift, basically. That's what I'm trying to say. So yeah, let's keep an eye on this as well here, and I'm going to change that VRVP back to 10, otherwise it gets too big. So let's keep an eye. This is the balance range that we're looking at. This is the RTH true gap. I'm going to set another alert below the low there. I actually started trading, was it CFDs, whatever they called, before futures. Long time ago, actually. And Forex. Unintentionally for the business. And then I was like, wait, hang on a minute, we can make money here. Yeah, that was good times. Let me see if the volume is cheap, actually. And Forex. The delay here is not a lot, is it? Like, the delay on YouTube is really close. Yeah, that's very nice. Okay, so... Google chart very quickly. Hang on, let me just move the thingy here. So Google, we've got Google down here. I mean, we're just stuck here. I mean, we've looked above, but we're coming back below again. So we're just stuck here. And this here is like, this is such a big rejection. Can you see how this can just be so simple that you have the high? So your eye can just look at this little high here. And you can see, well, look below, look at the displacement, like look at the rejection that we got, and ever since it's been lower lows and lower highs, and we are nowhere near the 75% of that whole move. So you can assume, okay, well, this is not quite finished. So even if we go back up to the 50, we can still reject below these lows here and then come back down to 330. So I would say 330 confidently we're gonna see. And yeah, look at that, we're still below that anchor view up, so it's gonna be very tough to reclaim that. And out of interest, we're there. Let's go to a 24 hours. Let's see if we have another. Yeah, everywhere we look it's resistance, so I feel a little bit more to the downside. Yeah, I'll tell you what, here's the level. 333.69. No, 69. You got the level from me. I'm gonna keep that line there. That's what I want to see. There you go. Even gonna make a box. There we go. You don't see the daily high and low on TradingView. If customer service is here, they may be able to be kind enough to send you the link, but it should be there. Let me just see. Yeah, I'll check. I'll get them to double check that. What time frame we're looking at? Daily, weekly, monthly? What we're looking at? Yep. Forever, yeah. All right, we are 28 minutes in. Okay, well, the market is about to start, so let's do 30 minutes of this session, and then I'll move on to for myself. But yeah, let's see if we can find a little setup here. We are not bouncing from the previous week low. Previous week low is a little bit higher. We are at the previous day open. Oh, I see daily time frame, bro. Okay. I'll look a little bit later now. I'll remember. I would like to see a move back down to take that low. Let's wait for the open here. We've got about 1 minute. I'm gonna put my key levels back. Yeah, I would like to see if we can get a move, a rotation lower. I'll be tempted to take a little short scalp down through the lows if we look above and below at the open. Okay, let's see if we can push through first. There you go, so the open is here. Let's see how far they can push this higher. Into VWAP. Potential little rejection around here. Take the low, clean the business down there, and then go back inside. That would be the preferred scenario. But if we get accepted in there, then we could potentially look back to and through the range. We got a nice bullish open. Already looking at the 220s. So they're still looking below that consolidation from yesterday, and the there you go. So the previous day point of control hit there. I'm actually going to go lower to a, let's go to a 15. Okay, because this is really getting that expansion. Shame that low is not the best one, because that can cloud our judgment here to obviously look for a short, look for a long higher. So let's see if they reject the point of control here. It's not quite finished to the upside, so maybe they'll push it one more time through. So let's see. Yeah, good luck everybody. We'll stay for a few minutes. There you go, nice move back above the high. We now have got the opening range high around the 40s. Just want to see if we get acceptance, because we're inside the chop. Okay, we're inside that chop area. We could have a little scalp long here. Oh yeah, there you go. So it's going very fast, traversing the whole range. Wow, okay. Yeah, we can't jump on this now. Such a wide range now. Let's have a look at ES. Okay, into the point of control. Okay, so let's just be patient and wait. Massive open there with a very wide session into the settle. 76. Okay, I'm keeping this on a slightly higher time frame here so that we can all see what's going on for the range. Still not finished with this auction pushing higher. And the overnight high is all the way above the 300s and 11s. Yeah, let me know if you can see everything properly there. I can see a lot of orders above those 90s to 300s up here. So if we can hold this pullback, we could potentially see a move back through. But don't forget, this is the supply once, twice, 3, 4 times now. So let's see if they really hold above or reject here entirely to go and clean the low. So it's still up for grabs. Right, support is coming in around the 40s to 30s now. So let's see. Okay, so we're at the 40s now. See if they hold here. I want to see potential buyers coming in. Then we can attempt a long back up the range high into the 300s. There you go. So they're really pushing very hard here. That would give us quite a large risk now of 300 bucks there. Well, not very large, but manageable. Let's see if they want to retest that 30s. Yeah, it's looking good for another rotation higher through this. Okay, they've rejected the settle again. So that's now the 5th time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times there. Just waiting to see. You can see how many times they've got stuck below that settlement. Let's see if they can push this down to that, well, 39 now. Got 46, a little bit lower. There you go, so 39s now. We want to see them potentially go back above it, because if not, then that's a nice little rejection here. Let's take a look at yes. Okay, yeah, we could have that rejection to go clean the lows there. You can see we're still stuck inside the range, so I'm just waiting, being patient here. Just got here, what did I miss? Quite a few pings. Quite a few. So we're at previous day value area low, 208. Yeah, yes, with a nice rejection though. Just paying attention here to see if we flip this VWAP bearish. I'm going to add it to this chart as well so you can see. So it's starting there at still flirting around it. You can see we're stuck still inside the same range. So we've opened the session and we are trying to close back above it, but it's still not confirmed. So that's a 30. We can go down to a 15 now. It looks better, but let's see. We're still in the danger zone here. We're still in that kind of like situation where the open here didn't give us that opportunity, especially on this 15 minutes. But it does look good for another push above the high into the 300s, which is what, 310s actually. So let's just see if they can give us an opportunity here. We can take a little scalp back up to 310s. See if they want to hold this. I can go down to a 5-minute here as well. You can see they're holding that previous day, value area low, back to RTH VWAP. Very volatile. See this 1-minute open. Still waiting, still flat in a session. Yeah, it wants to clean the highs, yes. We've got poor structure now, but yeah, those lows are not my favorites, and we're back at the range. But yeah, let's see. It might chop here for a while. With a bit of luck, it will just get out of this range. But yeah, you can see we're chopping. We're chopping here. Chop, 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 chop. We've got quite a lot of confluence here as well from the levels, as you can see. We can hide them just to look at structure. For now, it's okay. But yeah, it's not decided yet. Not decided. We're just basically going back inside. Well, we're still inside that range. And that low was not the best. So, let go. There you go. So we want to see if we... I'd still like to see that move down, but I don't feel like it will. Because we can see some buyers stepping in. But yeah, the settlement, we're stuck below that settlement for now. Okay, it's trying to hold that point of control. If we can hold this point of control and go back above, I'll attempt a quick scalp long. But I'll hold it to 310s or 300s and just trail. Let's have a look. See. Just need one more bar to potentially come back down, but we're still trending lower, as you can see there. 1, 2, 3. So it's not very pretty yet. Looks like a lot of people agree. It's been very... we were streaming yesterday. It took a while to get into the market rhythm. Because yeah, it's just not the classic... Okay, they're trying to push now. We do have a bit of buying coming in. We could attempt a late buy up here, but stop needs to be below the 50s. Point of control shifted higher. Let me know in the chat if you guys are still flat as well. Yeah, let me know. Yeah, it's just not very clean here. You can see there's still a lot of supply at D7. Every time we come up, it just gets slapped down. 1, 2, yeah, we need to just either get above it, but then we're going to be right into that 310 there, which is the overnight high. We can add some levels here. But yeah, that settle is right there at 76, I mean. No trade for me. Yep. Yeah, I feel like it's gonna smash through. Let's have a look. See how deep they want to bring it down. It's still not decided. You can see they every time. So that's the settle. Every time they go close, they get slapped back down. Yeah, it's likely they'll push to value 91 on ES. But you can see every time they push, once, twice, 3 times, they get slapped back inside. So it's not clean yet. And yeah, this 5 minute is now looking a little bit extended. So 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, 5 weeks. So a lot of like, even though we can see them all here, they're all here waiting. It doesn't give us a nice... Besides, on the break up, this delta was not going with price. So for me, it's like, you're moving higher, but yet there's less participation on those buyers. So not a trade. Even though I like it, I'm not going to take until I see the opposite. Yeah, we're coming back down. So we're kind of like working on this classic pattern. Might hold now and break. Let's see. Maybe this is the move that they want to see go through. Okay, ES is now at previous day val. You can see right there. Literally to the tick. It's gonna be a little bit of a tricky session here if we don't get out of this range. Oh, there you go. Nice break through the high. I mean, look at that. Massive break through the highs there. Okay, let's keep an eye. Let's see if we can go with this momentum. Okay, yeah, it cleaned the highs, alright. Yeah, it has cleaned the high, so we've looked above now. Okay, so now it kind of needs to stay above it and then seek that previous day high. That would be the preferred scenario there. Then go through overnight high. We've got quite a lot of confluence here. Let's see if this can push. Okay. Overnight high tapped. Gonna zoom out. ES not quite finished with that auction above the high there. Let's see ES and Q. Okay, we have the orb now completed. So let's see the pullback back into the range. So that will be the settle around 76. So looking to see if we can get a little pullback down to those 76 and hold, obviously. Gotta delete daily. Okay, here's the second attempt, but we didn't feel this. Can you see we didn't feel that little imbalance on there, so it's very hard to jump into a long right at the highs there. But yeah, ES needs to go as well to go and clean that previous day high, but we're coming into 7-7, so the range is now becoming very, very tight. Did anyone manage to get into those nice longs from lower? Waiting for the pullback back down to 76. I want to see if we can get involved a little bit lower. This is a 5 minute here. This is a 5 minute. We can go down to 1 if you wish. Yeah, we're above the, we're just cleaning the overnight high up there. Back into the settle. So ES hasn't taken. You're welcome. Just want to see the retest here of the settle. Do we hold above it for another rotation higher through? But we're coming through that. About 12 minutes for this session to finish. Looking at ES as well. Not convincing. Yeah, point of control is sitting here around the 61s. Let's see how this retest goes now. Just looking. They're holding it really well here for another push higher. We just check my other levels. Yeah, if we can accept around above these 300s, we can push to 50s. So, but yeah, this is going to be the resistance now. because of the little swing high there.
I can feel you in the sky.
This one.
In the corners of the south.
It is a pity that we didn't take this either.
Crossing oceans, never asking to be found. Every night I chase reflection.
Yeah, we're just chopping on the 1 minute. You can see here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Every star becomes a question. Every memory grows cold.
Take a look at the chat. Makes the orb now. Can you type in the chat your P? Okay. I decided against it. Yeah. Yep. Got in, but paper. Okay. Yeah, we need to, well, we still have time here. We still have time for the move back inside. It would be nice to get the move back down to, so yeah, there is a potential short trade here just to rebalance. Yeah, there is a little short trade here. We could attempt it very quickly here just to see if we can go down to, let me just see. It's a very tight stop if we can go through. Let me see. Very tight stop. Let's see if they can come down. Just to see if they can push through the the 50 into view up. Just too close to it now. Yeah, retesting that view up now. Let's see if they can push this down through the lows. They've retested the view up now, which is the support level. And now we can see if they hold this and then can push it back through those 300s and accept above it.
Maybe time dissolves the distance when two souls align up.
Let's see if they can claim now. Close above. So we need another bar here. And then we can start looking for those reclaims above the orb high and the break and through. ES has not cleaned the high, so there's a high odd. We've got 7 minutes left for this B session, so quite enough time yet still. Got a bit of buying coming in now here as well. And we're back up to the open. Okay, let's see. And this also happens to be the retest of that range that we were looking earlier. So look below. Settlement. This is that nice resistance. Look above, below. Hopefully we're not going to chop here for too long.
This body is a container for sounds I didn't choose. Every echo finds
Got 6 minutes for B session.
inside
And support on ES is at 89.
you move through me like
See if they can hold above those 97s. Got 300 just above it. See if they can claim it and push. Google moving up. Nvidia just stuck in the range. We're flirting with the open here, so this is the RTH open. So here's the retest of the open. We want to see if this holds here. Back up to the overnight high through the orb. And there's the overnight high again. But ES should push towards the high. Okay, let's see the pullback now. We don't have 1 minute candle structure here to go with a long trade. I'm just looking for a set of buyers. Once they pop in, we can go through, because then the target will be 350s. Let's see, we've got 4 minutes. I think before the B session, I think we'll get the move through. So I'm going to attempt a little long scalp here. Too late. Too late. Too late. Here's the 50s. Let's just mark that. So here's the 50s. See if we can hold above that orb high. We got an order there that needs to still come down. So let's see if it comes back down to there and hold. There's a nice order there being filled. Now if we can get back above, we can take a little long trade here. Tighten validation. And then we see we push to 30s next. Let's see if they can push through. In other words, hold above and then push to the next set at the same time with the... There you go, so pushing. We want to see that go through. '30s will be slight resistance now. I like the buying on there. So let's just move our stop to break even there, just in case. Let's see if they can hold those 20s. 30s is always such a big level. There you go. So this is what I'm doing. I'm just trailing here. So let's put 18s. So we want to see this potentially expand up to there. Yeah, it's struggling to break those 18s, 28s, 30s, and another rotation lower, so it's likely to stop us out. There we go. So stopped out on that one. In profit. Yeah, it's struggling here above this opening range high. And now we've got 2 minutes, so let's wait for this. And because look, you can see yes has taken the high low auction, so it's now likely to have a little pullback here. Let's just zoom out a little bit to see. Yeah, straight back up to the highs. Would it be nice if they extended it up to the 50s? 350s, the box. If they run out of steam here, then we can take a counter trade action down to the EQ, which on NQ is actually quite far away. Yeah, this actually is a nice formation here for a nice little scalp short. BTC big retracement. What? BTC? No, BTC is still stuck there at the same place. Yeah, you can see there's really not much going on there. But it's this. This is what we're working with. We've looked below. We literally did trade to the opposite side of balance. But it's spending too much time up here though. It's like, okay, are we going to retest this, go back inside and then pump up to the previous day high? That would be nice. But yeah, now it's very tricky here because you can see it wants to, but it's finding a little bit of resistance there. So yeah, a nice pullback would be nice into the open and then we can go higher. So not very clean thus far. They're going to try and push it through those 30s now. If they can break above it, they can probably push a little bit further. But we do have now just 9 seconds for B session to open. So typically we get a little expansion here at that, well, a little bit of volatility. There you go. So it's getting the open there. Coming back in. I want to see how far they want to take this down. Orb high. Let's see if they can take us to orb high and then push. If it's bullish, you should hold above it. If it goes below it, then we can go a little bit deeper there. It's not coming down. Come on. Such a low pullback, really. And there you go. So here's the orb. See if they hold above it. Or at least look above it. Look below and get a nice expansion. They're closing right at it. It's going to be very difficult here. I want to see them break that previous candle low. There you go, and now go back above it. If they do, then I'll take a little long trade back up to the 50s. If they close below, then no long for now. We expect a little deeper pullback. Down to at least 60s, is it? So look, yeah, 55s. They'd have to go back above it. So for now, it's still not quite there. And if they do hold here, then I'll take a trade back up to the 50s. Through the high. It's doing the same as yesterday, isn't it? Just like churning and churning. There you go, someone coming in at 300s again, 305s. Trying to get back above that overnight high, orb high. Still not quite successful. Really trying there. Hopefully they can push inside. If they can, then we can potentially take the long up to 350s. There's just no breaking. Back inside. See if they get the expansion and not the rejection. They get into rejection now. Back down to the level, so no long trade just yet. Taking too long. Not many buyers, it's all sellers. So let's see if they do reject there. I mean, the only thing is, yes, really wants to go higher, but NQ doesn't. NQ wants to go back down to a little bit more of a sensible place. And now we have really poor structure here on the 1 minute. I mean, look at this. Yeah, it looks like it just wants to go all the way down there now. Yeah, not clean. Not clean at all. Yeah, unclear. Yes, 700. Anyone in a trade now? There you go. So it wants to go back inside, but it's okay. So a couple of buyers stepping in there. ES is trying to take the high of the A session. But yeah, very, very much a struggle here to close back above the opening range high. Okay, let's see if this candle can close above. If it can, I'll take a quick long here, and stop will be literally just below here. Let's try. Just risk $100 here. And if we can go back above it, then we'll trade to 350s. But yeah, they're struggling here to get back inside it. No trades on NQ. What you guys trading then? Yes? Yeah, it's just not giving us the clean break or acceptance above the orb high or low for that matter. Yeah, very, 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 very sideways here. 1 minute, 1, 2, 3. You can see we're actually starting to keep this trend going a little bit lower now. Yeah, not much. We need to wait. You can see how long it's spent there. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, coming back in. I got a break even on that. Just 300, 304s. Okay, at least now we've reclaimed, or we've looked back again at the open there. But yeah, it's not. Let's take a look at the 5. Yeah, there you go, a couple of sales coming in. Yeah, it's not happy yet. It needs to drop. It needs to drop. It needs to drop in still. But yeah, it's very probable we'll trade back above the high still through those 50s. The question here is how deep can we go down into the support? So we've got 76 is really good support. It's the settle. So let's see if it goes down to there. And then the biggest support is actually a little bit lower, around the 60s. Yeah, and then we could potentially get a nice expansion through the high, because yesterday we had value higher. Today again, value is still higher. We've got a poor high. But yeah, ES finally has taken the previous high there at 700. So yeah, this can bring in a little pullback here down.
Pull me closer.
There we go, 15 minutes. So yes, is holding, is trying to hold that support. NQ trying to hold the open. Okay, nice volume coming in. So let's see if they can hold this. I'm going to attempt a little one here, just to see if we can go with this move. If not, then it's very, very quick invalidation here. See if they can break above those 310s, and then we can go. It's just overnight high now for resistance, right there. So if they break above, we can go with a long trade, and this will be the target. And beyond.
Still pull in.
Have to go from here. Until then we stay, because the where's the EQ there? I'm actually going to put this on NQ there so we can see. There you go. So poor high. Let's go down to 55. Could be the low there. But we want it to go through into the 50s and potentially even higher. Okay, so for now, we're coming back into value. That's a better short here. It might be short-lived though, because we've got that poor high there with a low auction, so it's likely that it's going to try and go through again. But yeah, you can see here it's very, yeah, you just need to get back above that orb high. So the level here is orb high. Actually, it's a little bit higher. It's a little bit here. And then we can go with that section there. Let's be a bit patient here. Because your short here will be, you're basically shorting into this once resistance now support. So it's like you'd have to be from higher, maybe the 30s, But we never had a retest here, never had a really good retest. So it's a little bit difficult trade here, I'm not gonna lie. For the short, that is. The long will be easier if we can see it touch those 55s. Yeah, very slow coming in. So not a violent move back down. Okay, there you go. So coming into that settle again. So that's the level that became once, twice, 3, 4 times, then support. So let's see, okay, what do they do now there? We can look at here. I think this is too high. Let's go 10. So we're at it now. The settle. So looking for a potential long from here up to the 50s. So let's see. I do need to keep an eye on ES as well, so I'm going to put ES back in here. So 98, so it's just looking below the 700s. Just doing the value rotation low. Okay, going through the view up now, so we still have a little bit more. 55s. So 80. Which is very, very, very far away still. So let's go, the next one is going to be 90. Yeah, 90. 95. So it's still dropping. Let's wait. $350 is a big options level. Okay, let's see here. Just very slow coming back down here. This is a TPO chart. Okay, so coming through into those 55s now. So between 55 and 50 is the support here. You can see how we went through the settle, stopped there for a while, and then broke below it. And there you go, there's the 55. So let's see now. If they can go back above it, great. If not, then it's just continuation lower. So we have to wait. We do have these all dropping now. Google, Microsoft, Meta.
Not removing yourself, but outlining where you had been. I move around the absence,
See if they can get back above those 50s.
disturb the architecture of missing. You constructed without words. Every object feels adjusted.
BTC is still stuck at the 78,900, which is the fairest value. This is rolling over still through those 50s. You can see here, so here's the big pocket of support, then becomes resistance, so it's still not trading above it. So until then we just stay put and wait for that nice trade. I'm looking here at the liquidity map, and you can see there's a couple of traders, and you can see they actually have them stuck above. So this is interesting. Let's see if they go. They're getting filled now, right there. and it's right at those 55s. Look at that, literally right at those 55s. So that's interesting that they want to get filled at those 55s. Let's see the reclaims. This is what I look for confirmations. Hopefully they won't keep us like on this like slow bleeding for too long. So the overnight point of control is sitting in at 26, value area low at 24, VWAP 24, 25. Stocks are still rolling over though. Google, Meta, Amazon, Apple is up, but all the others are down. So we have got a small downtrend here. Splashfire Fins, hello. So I'm gonna mark that 350, which is up there. But we want to see a reclaim. Obviously it's not going to be all the way above the overnight high now, it's going to be a little bit lower. So waiting for a good setup that we can hold a little bit longer. This one has been such a slow bleed down there. Yeah, because while above this, well, all the way 200,
If you like melodic techno,
it's still good because we have still value higher. So if you look at both last days, we got value higher, we open, get back above value, and we actually retest and break another high. So this is still looking for higher. Okay, obviously B session coming back in to retest the midpoint value. So we want to keep an eye on this auction here, starting to diminish, and then another rotation to get back above the highs. So we're just waiting here. Is it a candle close or anything to do with footprint, Dom? What do you mean? Yeah, footprint is things like this where you can actually see what's happening. Like this is like the DOM, so to speak. Obviously these are candles, but you can look inside the candles. Right, so this is not quite finished yet. Got a little reversal here happening, but we're reversing straight into that resistance there. Remember that over the high at 35 is still unclean and unfinished. So we're still seeing if we can revisit back up there, but we need to see something in the charts here that gives us that, and I've not seen anything thus far that the low is in. Hopefully they don't keep us waiting too long. Didn't like the reaction at the bottom. Yeah, I don't like it yet, but we don't have to like. Just gonna take a look at the ES. Yeah, we're literally back inside the range. Remember from earlier? So this is the range. Yeah, we just need to really, we've looked below and above and we're back at the midpoint. So there's another beautiful trade here. Just need to wait a little bit. Keeping an eye, keeping an eye. Hopefully it doesn't keep us waiting for a good setup for too long. BTC actually looks okay here with this holding here. Yeah, futures, this is all rolling over here a little bit. So it could be a situation where it's still seeking lower. Yeah, Google also coming down to those 38s now. Just gonna wait. Still waiting here. All right, okay, so we're now getting a flush, much better. What a slow bleed, you can see here, slow bleed, slow to get out, slow to bleed as well. Okay, ES looks a little bit better here. Let's see if they hold. It's the first retest. Oh, it depends. It depends, I don't have a limit. It's based on setups and price action. But yeah, it depends on how well the range is, how I'm doing as well. So here, those two attempts that I took, it was pretty much a scratch trade, but yeah, it's down $90. So waiting for a nice setup. And this flush is still coming in. We can see the future, well, not the futures, but the stocks rolling over here slightly. We've got Nvidia coming down, so it's still not great here with the support that we identify. And we have yet more resistance coming in at 30s. Okay, so 30s, that seller is still there. So if we can go up to 30s, actually it's a little bit lower now. Let's see the 15 minutes. Yeah, we can still see a rotation back down to 200s. If they can give us those 200 and yeah, 225s to 21s. Let's attempt to see. Okay, there you go. So he's getting filled now. You can see him getting filled there. Now let's see if they get back below and then push that to 200s. That's what they usually like to do. There you go. So they would now push this down to 200s. Let's see if they can push it. I've attempted that one on the breakdown. So this is what I'm looking at. So you can see the seller there, got filled, look above into view app, breakdown. So we can now just hold this down to 300s and then trail low. There you go. So they've hit the target down there. So now we can say, okay, well, we don't fully close, but there you go, boxed in. And they still haven't got those orders filled. So it's likely to come back to, let me see if I can see them again. They're on those 15s. Let's see if they get up to 15s and then come back down to clean this, because this is not clean yet. Yeah, that was a win there. Let's see if they still push out to 15s. Probably not now. You can see, like, there you go. So I think they're going to try and do it. Let me just go back to this. Such an important level, this one. Such an important level. Now we've got 5 minutes left for the C session. Okay, this is such an important, there you go. So they filled that. So that's filled. Not sure if you guys can see these orders here. Can you can someone I've got this recording, so I'll probably talk about this at some point, but you can see them here. Can you see these two orders there? And look, this is the inflection point there. They managed to get filled there. Look at that. That was actually a nice, but yeah, they never got back to 15s. 15s would have been a nice place to then reload. Yeah, and now being that close, oops, I need to press play here. Being that close to the lows, they're gonna go and take the low down below. So here it's like momentum trading. Like go with the market order below. It's likely to get filled. It's worth the little risk. See if they can push through the RTH open. Back below. Let's see how far they want to take it. Previous week low, such an important level. Support coming in at 60s now. They want to see it drop through there. Okay, I'm taking this one down to the RTH low of yesterday. On this now, and I'm going to get stopped out anytime now because we are on here. I don't usually take these trades when we got only 2 minutes left, but I could see that little momentum coming down. We didn't retest those 91s, but still was an okay trade because based on that massive, I mean, look at this. When I show you here, you'll understand. So you can see this as price is coming lower, you're still getting more sellers. Okay, so it's still worth going with a short down to the lows there, and it's still auctioning lower. So that's the okay, so we can get a move back up to 70s. We can still push this up. There's still 1 more minute left. That'll be 77s. Nah, they don't want us. It's easier when they actually don't take the low and come up first, because now you've got the other side. So yeah, I have to wait a little bit here now to see this 1 minute. How many people we have here watching? Yeah, give us a like. We're just waiting now to see, okay, where are we going to find this nice support level here? Because this level 200 is such an important level. I feel like being a Wednesday as well, I wouldn't be shy to see this trade above the high. Okay, I wouldn't be shy to say that. So we just have to be okay. So it's looking. It's looking okay there. Okay, I want to see a close above it. We can run here. If we can start to find some changing structure. I want to see C session here. This is going to be a bit difficult because we're so far away from the resistance, which is the previous value area high there, around 91. But there you go, here's our nice open. Okay, so this is the C session open. We want to see this now. Give us some nice confluence. God, resistance all the way there at 33, that's so far away. Okay, the 5 minute is 200. Okay, so 200, there's a little bit of resistance there. Yeah, which is the bottom side here, previous week low. So attempting to reclaim this section here, see if they've got a little bit more juice up to 200. Yeah, waiting for that nice clear setup so that I can share and then call it. Hopefully not too long now. Okay, still waiting. I mean, look, we've got that 200 as resistance. See if they can push up to there. So hoping they'd give us a nice clean trade here up to now. Like even here it's likely to push through those 200s. And then if they close back below 85s, we can potentially push the scalp down to the lows again. But it's just, you can see it like very slow again. So there you go, so they're going through those 200s into that previous week low. So let's see if they do that. Yeah, just consolidating yet again. It's likely to push to 200 though. So let's see. There you go, 200. And now it's very much, okay, do we accept above and push to the next level? I'll be around 30s. Failing that, then yeah, we can go lower. and retest the lows. So let's see. So they've looked at 200, going back below now, 190s. Unclear. Couple of sellers, but they're being absorbed. They're going to retest 200 again. Yep, still trying to auction through those 200s. But yeah, straight into the big level. Now we're below it, which is the previous week low, as you can see there. So a bit of resistance there. Okay, if we reject here, we can potentially see the move back down to the range lows. So it's trying to break the previous 1 minute candle low right now. Just mark that. See how far they want to push. There you go. See if they've got the willingness to push this all the way down through 70s. Keeping below 190 is bearish. Reclaiming that 190 is back to business. So they're trying to do exactly that, and they are reclaiming it ever so slightly. You can see how those levels are respected there. So they're trying to close. There's quite a bit of a bidding war going on here, which makes me think that they want to go back inside those 200s. Just based on the volume coming in as well, to push through those 30s. Yeah, 25 30s. Okay, so that's a nice bar. See the 1 minute response. So this now can go higher, and that will be 204s, 202s, which is a nice level. Gonna have to go higher. Okay, 1 minute. Let's see if they can come back down to 204s potentially, and get a squeeze going on there. Nope, no looking lower. I'm going with this little break here, and I'm just going to trail with it. Let's see how far they want to push. We're stuck below the VWAP now. Let's see if they can break. It's either that or a break even for me. My entry is a little bit higher. Just want to see if we can get this continuation through. Because the resistance is at the 50s from earlier. So just waiting. See if we can come down to 20s, low 20s. We could potentially look for an ad down there. See if they hold. No, you get a break-even trade. Okay, 18s, they're not stopping. Okay. Is VWAP going to be sufficient to push this back in? We are not in the resistance yet, but they don't want to hold those 20s. Yeah, and they're closing below now. So let's see if they can go back to 22s. Yeah, push the 22s and then potentially drop this down. Oh, no, he's not longer there. So yeah, no re-adding here. Just gonna wait to see if they can. Okay, let's go 22s. Yeah, and they don't want to hold 22s. A lot of shenanigans going on here. So these guys are here already, but yeah, it's not holding. Can you see there? So I've already closed my position. Yeah, VWAP holding. God, it's so. Let me know, guys, in the chat how you guys. It's just so slow. Not getting the follow through into the highs. And there you go. So now they're actually pushing. Just shows that the market is waiting for those potential earnings later. I'm trying just small scalps here, like for example right now I can see this all scalp to 40s. Let's go with that. But it needs to come down just a little bit more and then we can go up to 40s. And there's the 40s coming into play already. Let's see if they push through those 40s. Just front running it slightly now. So 21 there, 25, 30. Support. And there you go, so coming back down to the EQ. We can start cleaning some of these levels. We can start cleaning this higher low. This is the important big level to reclaim. Bunch of orders sitting at 40s, VWAP at 51, and the EQ is slightly, it's between 45 and 50. No clear structure on the 1 minute. You can see it's a very hit and miss. We can go to the 5 to see 5, you know, slight resistance now. The 15. Okay, yeah, 36. So we are at the 15 resistance. So likely to then pull back here. You can see 1, 2. So let's mark the 15. Just see if the market wants to stay below that level. So this is it here, 15. But it still looks unfinished though. It looks like we want to go back above it, clean it totally, and then market waiting in a sense of waiting for decision. No, like we're just stuck. We're still inside the range. I mean, we're still inside this. I mean, look at this. We're still inside this. So it just looked below again. Yeah, it needs to get out of here. And you can see that below failed, above fell, and back inside. So it's such a tight range. And we've been here now for a few days. So it's like it just needs to, well, not a few days, but actually, yeah, a few days now. So yeah, it just needs to do something, really, come out of this range. And hold. That is, so come out of the range and hold either to the downside or to the upside. Downside, then we can look for that move all the way down. That's why I've got an alert here. I don't have one above the high, but you know, we're watching this here. So yeah, I'm just going to give it another 15 minutes, and if we don't find a nice trade here, then I'm going to call it, because it's just obviously ranging now. It's no meaningful trades. This is the 1 minute. You can see there it's, you know, getting a great deal of reactions. And yeah, we're now below that 15 minutes, so we could continue this rotation lower. Okay, BTC is starting to roll over. Come on, let's get that 75k. Yeah, Nvidia is literally down here. Look at this. Nvidia is literally flirting with that previous day low. Yeah, I can see it. It's just so flit, which would be nice for a nice short here on NQ down to the range lows. Let's see if we can push on NQ a little bit further up to 45s, at least 45.50s, or just reject here entirely below these lows. Yeah, those 45s would be nice, but if not, then through these lows here would give us a nice expansion lower. Okay, we've looked below again, same range. Okay, let's see if they want to go to those 45s then. So this is, I'm going to make some boxes so that you guys can see. So here's the kind of like situation. If we can go up to there first, reject and then come down. Waiting 7 seconds here to see if we can close above the 20s. With retests. And then push towards those 45s. Here's the 15-minute higher low. Struggling with it, but let's see if they can push through. I want to see if they can push into it. This 3.5 here is the 15-minute swing low, so it's always a little bit of resistance when we get there. You can see, right, we're closing above it, so it should push like straight into those 45s. So that was the initial move there. You can see how beautiful that was there. See if they do what you typically see here. Let's see if they got a close right below there. It sure is very slow though. We're waiting now to see if we can. This is the arrival candle. We want to see if we can at least even look above. Resistance is between 45s and 50s. It's just very slow, really. Oh man. Okay, coming up. Let's wait to see if we can get a nice short here. And then we can see Nvidia potentially taking the lows below here. Let's take a look at the 15. Got resistance a little bit higher, so there's a little bit more room there. Let's keep an eye on that chart. Okay, going through into the 50s now. See how much further they want to take. I want to see them getting acceptance above the 50, so if anything, just get up there on the 5 minutes and then close back below. That would be the preferred scenario. There we go, Nvidia's literally coming into it. Still a little bit unclear. We want to see if they come through the 5 minutes. 1 minute still looking higher, so we're still one time framing higher there on the 1 minute. Yeah, still pushing. Yeah, that's Nvidia there, and then Q's, well, QQQ here still pushing. For our level. Interesting to see that the A session has not been tapped on the S, so yes, very clean here with no break of the lows. But yeah, so I'm waiting now because I don't want to buy up here. This was a place to potentially take a short trade here, but we didn't stop there. One time framing higher. Yep, no trades there for me. APT setting up for the trade. Yep, out to learn to find bottoms like Daniel. Gotta ask Daniel. Have to ask him. Okay, we are still holding here. Let's take a look at that Nvidia touching the resistance there. Okay, see if this is it then. Next 1 minute will be deciding there. Yes, also looks nice. Let's zoom in here. Especially if we break below that. Yeah, we are breaking below that. Okay, let's see if they want to reject that. So that was the support there, you can see here. So if they do reject here, this will be a nice little short trade. Okay, here's the retest. If they break below that, we should give us a little bit. I mean, I know we're shorting into a little SR flip there, but it should give us a little move down. Especially if we really reject here. There you go. See if they go through this. Didn't quite hit that 1 minute swing low. That would have been the preferred optimal level there. Let's see if they get the continuation lower. We'll come back below, back above it. There you go, there's the 50s. Yeah, they don't want to drop here. So another BE trade there. So they're still holding those 37s, 40s. BTC going for it. What do you mean, like, okay, to the lows? Yes. Yeah, BTC is gonna come and test lower. Just have your alerts marked down there. Yeah, this is a bit tedious here. We're not getting anything here. And we're still below that nice 11. ES at the EQ. Let's take a look at the 15. I'll stay for another 5 minutes and that's it. If we don't find a trade here ASAP. It's just stuck every time. Very, very slow. Tiny little range, little move, retests. We're looking for something that gives us a substantial move, and here would have to be below those 34s again, to be honest. Until then, it just looks like it still wants to auction higher. Right, waiting 2 minutes here. See if we can get this break. You can see how nice it's tightening. It's holding this here. BTC only down there around 75.6. Okay, 75.6 is the key zone for BTC. NQ really needs to break out of this massive range that we are stuck in. All of this, we need to get out of this range. Be nice to retest the low still, but it's just stuck here. Come on, like, we need to choose a power hour. Yeah, back down to 202. To be honest, if we can break that. Still holding. 6 seconds, let's see. So this is the 75% of this range. Yeah, they always do after hours, which is annoying. So the market is kind of like just waiting for it. And until then we get this little choppy sideways range that doesn't give us much, which can be frustrating and annoying. See a little short scalp here, let's see. But they're still hugging this line, so while they're hugging it's very difficult. Which they might want to push it up to the settle again. We've traded that settle so many times. Come on, price action, give us something. To be honest, right now I'd like to see this roll over into the box, but it's just taking its sweet time. If you look at the 15.5, you can see it's just a very, very tight, slow range, and the next level is that settle there. But it'd be nice to just come lower. But yeah, while we're doing the one-time framing higher, it's gonna go up to that settle. But yeah, what I would like to see, lower, but it's gonna push very slowly into that settle there. So there is a little trade here up to that settle. Let's see if it pushes up there. Oh god. Yeah, I think I'm gonna call it. It's just not doing anything rather special here. So, oops, oh, I think I pushed the wrong button there. So yeah, I'm going to call it here. There we go, so it's pushing into it. I nearly got filled there on the order. I think I might have done actually. And there you go, it's coming up to it, which is a settlement. Let's just see if it goes up to those settles. So the trade is just that little move up into the settle. If we can hold 60. It's still a trend line, it's still pushing higher. Oops, let's have a look. You can see how it's just so very erratic, not giving us the goodies, the good moves. There you go, so let's see if they can hold. So again, it's that 1 minute high and then the push up to this settlement. And then once we get there, we know that's the resistance from earlier. Then we can get this little pullback back down to the 50%. Still support there. Funny because they don't even want to push this. You can see that you get a little move, you come back down, and there's nobody home to push this the rest of the actual move. Yeah, we're gonna call it in a second if we don't do anything here. I really want to see the settlement hit and then reject it. And then back inside the range. That's what I would like to see. Let's see if they can push just one last bit and then we can call her a day. Just gotta zoom in a little bit here so we can see potentially. You can see they're hugging this trend line going up. They're holding that 1 minute. We can put the next candle on the next one. Come on. Oops. Push it through. And not yet. It'll be fun if they don't actually get up there. That'd be so fun. It's like, well, where is the life of this NQ? We typically actually see some sort of volatility here, but not today. Yeah. Is it gonna push? Is it gonna push? Come on. Come on, you can do it. Do it. Do it. Oh man, this is... There's a big order coming through there. No one is home. Come on. Come on. Let's try and bless. Poor NQ. I mean, for those of you who trade NQ like we do all the time, you're probably nodding your head thinking, wow, the past couple of days has been, yeah, this has been the flavor of the day, just very slow. And it's really not like NQ, is it? It's like NQ typically breaks, goes, or ranges, but it's just moving really nice. And it's been just very, very... Oh, there you go, coming up. Come on. One last little push through. A little bit more. No? Doesn't even have the capacity to... Oh, there you go. Perfecto. Will we get the squeeze now? Let's just see if we can get the squeeze through the settle or the rejection completely. But there you go. At least we got that little trade there. Fatigue from BTC. But there you go. You got your win trade there. Yeah, not the best, but let's see. Okay, if we do close below that now, then you know we've got our short here. I might just risk $100 here to be fair. You know, this is the resistance. Let's just see if we can break below the low, and I'll take a little short trade. Yeah, not the best session. We've only got $600 today. Well, actually 3 break-evens there and only a couple of wins, including this one. But yeah, it took forever. So let's see if we get this last one coming down. It would be nice if we did. Just gonna hold it a little bit here. I want to see at least coming down to 61. Because that was the box of resistance that we marked. Small long into it. Now we want to see this potentially break that 61. So you're happy to take a little L here if this wants to go back inside. Just waiting to see. It looks so ugly, that price action, honestly. Like, it looks disgusting. Like that little wick down any other day that would have been followed through, close below, so this 71 would then be resistance. But yeah, not very pretty here. Let's see if they can push this. I'm gonna delete this trend line. We want to see it just, you know, smash through. Come on. But yeah, no, it's not doing it. Okay, just waiting to see if we can close back, but you can see how that nice box was. That's the settlement from yesterday, so price will respect this level. We just obviously don't know if it's going to take 2 minutes, 5 minutes, 10 minutes. We can go to the 5 and see. Okay, the 5 minutes just open. Okay, so let's see if we can push at least back up to it, retest it. So let's see if the retest brings us up on the 5 minutes. Because yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're a little bit premature here, potentially. We already have a wick high there. So we could potentially just see the previous, so 72. We can go 15 minutes as well, so 15 minutes looks okay. And then just the 1 minute. So this 1 minute just doesn't look like it wants to go yet because it's still, but all it takes is just one seller to come in and just push this down. That would be nice if they did break. We're holding below that 5 minute high. There you go. And there's a little move. So we want to see it now stay below. And then you can just put your stop into break even now, and then you can just capitalize on the rest of this. If they drop, great. If they, but come on, NQ, you are so annoying. I mean, look at this. Did you see that? I mean, that is just pathetic. To come down to the 61 and hold it. Oh man, it's so funny. Yep, they still want to go up there and clean that 5 minute high then. Oh, funny. Yeah, it's pretty funny. Well, I find it funny. It's just no bar printing consistency today. Just utter dog poo. Let's have a look. But you can see how we're stuck between those two levels. It's just so... Oof. No, I don't want to keep going. But I just want this to... But it doesn't look like now, does it? I mean, look at this. If you put a line chart here, this is going to be so beautiful. It's flat line. Come on. It's just absolute. But yeah, you guys can see it here. Sometimes you have these days where it's just not going. So yeah, $600 on a day. It's not too bad. Could have been better if we had this one last trade there. And yeah, this price action now here is really, I mean, look, the only good thing here now is that they pretty much came and retested the 5 minutes. So the 5 minute actually looks good. So if we can take this here, what's this, 70, 130. Yeah, I'm happy to, yeah. They need to break now. They just basically need to break. They can't come back above it. We could probably add if they stay below this candle here, and then that will be a nice trade for wrapping up the stream. There you go. So let's see if they stay below this 1 minute low. Actually, the 66. So stop loss 66, and then try and trail this line. So stop loss 66. I'll put mine at 70. I'm already in this. That will give us a few hundred. Yeah, stop at 60. Coming straight into the view up. So funny. Got 10 points on that. Let's see if they break it through that 50. And that is the resistance support from earlier. This is what we're cooking here. So I'm going to keep there 66. And that is, look, the swing low from this bar. We can actually push this lower a little bit and then delete this one. We're resting around that view up, so I might as well, because it's just been so slow and very inconsistent. But it would be nice if this bloody thing dropped now at least down through 45s, which is the EQ from earlier. we have at least NVIDIA doing what we wanted it to do, but this could take some time, and we are at the VWAP. So do we take a few points? Do we take 10 points here? Or do we let it cook and keep stop at 6.6? But I feel 6.6 is literally where the orders, the bunch of orders are all waiting at 66. It's kind of funny. Yeah, all of those orders are sitting in at 66. That is quite astonishing. Yeah, I'm gonna book it. I'm gonna look what I'm gonna do based on that information. I'm gonna do this. You can see the orders sitting at 68. I'm just gonna go down here and then I'm gonna do this because we're actually getting a little reversal here. So there you go. I'm just gonna collapse this, get 10 points. If they drop, great. If they don't, yeah, I'm just tired now. It's just been a bit slow. Yeah, at least we lock. If we could go a little bit further down, we could lock a little bit more in a day. Lock 1k at least on stream, that would be nice. Alright, let's aim for that. Okay, I'm gonna drop the stop down to that swing high, look, right there. Yeah, should have added another lot there, but yeah, we're just coming down. NVIDIA also rejecting our level. That was our little box. Okay, let's see. So resistance is coming in at 50 now. So 50 would be an add. My stop is at 52, so I might as well move this to 50. You can see the traders are raiding there already as well. There you go. 40s from earlier. Let's see if it snaps. And then I can push my stop right against that swing high at 47. Shame we didn't get the opportunity to add another couple of lots there. That would have been a better trade. But yeah, nevertheless, still an okay trade. This is already a $600 trade, 30 points. And we're coming down to the level now, so there's the VWAP. So we're going to close this down further to the swing high at... Let's let them make it around 35, 37, and then I'll drop this so I'm not angered. There you go, 42 coming in, a little bit of support. I mean resistance. New 1 minute low open. Then we can just drop this around 35, 37 after they take the low at 30. Because you all know 30s is always a good level. And we've got view up as well. And there you go. So we are now collapsing this for 40 points. That's 800. And it's at VWAP, so we can really maximize more now. Little order being filled here. And there you go. We're just about to be ticked out there around 29.50. Not yet. Might as well drop to that EQ. But we'll get stopped out. There you go, perfect. So yeah, not too bad. Finally got one there live on stream. We caught the long into the short. And that's the damage there. 1385 on a day. Couple of break evens there. Well, 3 break evens, pretty much. But yeah, at least we managed to get that. So give us a W there on that little nice trade. Obviously, at least the break from into it and the drop. That took a long time, to be fair. This here took a long time. But the market is very slow, so you know we expected a little bit of this, but it's just really slow. I'm just going to clean all of these levels now. I'm going to go to a 15 and yet again back inside that fair value previous day EQ. Yeah, we just, I mean, look at this, is just absolute. Yeah, might as well extend this box the rest of the week. This is going to be NQ for the rest of the week. Be ready. I'm just kidding. I hope not. I really hope not, because it's not nice. Anyway, yep, that's what we do here. Just calm, collected, just waiting for at least 1 or 2 good setups. And we see them, we take them. Yeah, hopefully this one you guys managed to catch. You had time for it. It's a little bit closer to price here with the YouTube streams. And yeah, that was exactly the box at the settle. We were waiting, and it's sometimes you just kind of like, you see it so many times that it's just kind of like, yeah, price likes to go. But even this auction here, this doesn't look too finished. But it all stemmed from having a look at this nice swing low here on the 15 minute there on the Nvidia chart. I still would love to see this come down. So what we could do here on the next 10 minutes, if you're still trading this, I'm going to take a break, but yeah, on the next 10 minutes, once this candle closes and we get the next 15-minute open, what you could look for is an open here, a move back up to here, and then you want to see that being the high of the move, and then you want to see this candle then to go through into here, and then that becomes, let me just delete that again. So you want to see then the move go through into there and then goes back above and then closes here. So then you have a bar that looks like this, okay, down here, right? But this is the resistance here. Okay, I hope that makes sense. So I'm just going to take a quick look at the comments, say bye-bye to you all, and yeah, hopefully we can see you guys on the next stream. But let me just take a look at the last few comments. So yeah, it's been fun, but could have been much better if this market was indeed moving. But yeah, we have earnings later. We have earnings today, as you can see here, earnings a little bit later. But it would have been nice if we had the market that is actually doing some nice moves. We had that initial pump of the open, which then took us into a consolidation of like 3 hours. And then another little pump that took a consolidation of another 3 hours. Another tiny little break that took 3 hours. And then another one going down that took 6 hours. It has felt like a long time, to be fair. So yeah, let's just have a quick look at the chat and then wrap it up. I am tired, boss. Yeah, it can be tiring sometimes. Mabi saying Igor is super calm and patient. Yeah, that's how it should be. Last thoughts on BTC. Yeah, let's take a quick look at that before I wrap it up. So BTC, yeah, looking nice, looking good. I mean, look, we never got the move back up to that 8750. So 8750, that was the area of interest that we liked to potentially go up to during this RTH. So if I just hide the overnight rubbish noise, you can see that we are now open, but we never actually got to that price. That is not great for the short trade today, for example, for a little scalp short for us today, but it's great because that is food for later. So this level there, so this little box, that is a little cookie left for later, meaning that once we do find support down here, let's say we do go, there's a little gap here, could hold here, but it would be nice if we can get down to here, then this is a target, so this is a trade. So again, patient, keep your powder dry, as they say, and let's just wait. There's an alert down there. I'm actually going to set an alert at this. Ugh, I don't like it, but yeah, I'm going to set an alert there at that. In fact, this gap is actually filled. Okay, so I'm not gonna mark anything. I'm gonna just wait for that or higher. Okay, that's it. Booked 823 on the day. Nice. When you draw the previous day EQ, do you use ETH? Yes, there's two. There's the previous day EQ on, and there's another little short here. Look at that. So the market is not quite finished. There. 23. Yeah, there you go. Can you see that little short there? See if those 43s. Let's see what they do with those 43s. It's likely they'll try and go there. 43, 42.50, 45. Let's see if they push it. No, little seller there. It might push it. They're still booking a higher. Win, always good to watch. Okay, perfect. First win of my life on live stream. Nice. Very good. Can you please share the Quant Hour templates? Yeah, I'm gonna do a series actually on this. Yeah, and I will share them. Yes, absolutely. What happened to gold? We looked at gold earlier. No, not 65. 65 will be bearish. Let's go 75 first. Was it 75? Yeah, 75 first. 65 is bearish. Oh, there you go. There's the 43. Can you see? I mean, we can pretty much plan the these moves. There you go. So 43 to 45. That was the level. And yeah, any last questions? Very quickly before I go. Well, we see this 45 reject. That would give a trade, actually it's still there. So that would give a trade back down to lows of $380. It'd be nice if they go cleaner first. It's still there. God, it's, you know, typically when I zoom out this much to see the actual orders, it's not good to trade. You can see that it's gone through there. You can see it right here. But they're still there. You've got the little classic bearish flag, which once it breaks, can bring a little bit more down move there, but this is still unfinished. So it'd still be nice to see them push this through that. God, look at that, it's so inconsistent. Like, just... They're still gonna try and push up there, look. Come on. Come on. No. Little seller. There you go, come on. Jesus, this is so... Wow. It takes forever. They will go to that box. Oh, maybe not. They've lifted. So they might go to the second stage 50. Let me just delete the box so you can see. Oh, they hit it again to the tick. Look at that. I think once they break this little trend line here, 40s, they'll go to the lows. And there's your trade little rollover. Nope. Retesting the trend line. It's just so inconsistent. Look, it's just this little tiny range. I mean, typically you see that nice follow through. This order stays there, but you can see they're all in the side. Like, there's so much indecision. They're removing the orders, putting the orders back in. There's just no real. Can you please answer my question, Maldives? What did you say? Can you please say how to deal with the time of day or delay between live streams and actual? With the time delay between live streams and I don't know. I mean, actually, this stream doesn't have much delay. But it's just something that, you know, we can't help. And that's it. Perfect. Anyway, if you enjoyed this stream, smash the likes, and I will see you guys on the next one. Thank you, and goodbye.